A good afternoon. It is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, United States of America. Today we're going to walk up and look at, there's this building right here, 111 Washington, across the street, and a little bit of damage that it took over the weekend. I wanted to go take a look at that and record that, get that documented, because it'll probably be repaired in the coming days. So go take a minute to go walk over there and look at it, and I believe there might have been some more damage done up around the corner too. We'll go look and see if we can find that. Probably a little quicker video than normal. Typically my videos are about an hour. Looking to do a little less than that today. Yeah, thanks for coming along. Gonna wait for the light to change here. Looking at the beautiful RBC gateway here in front of us. This weekend, the 2nd and 3rd of July, here in Minneapolis, there was the Taste of Minnesota festival all in this area. They closed the streets off, had a variety of food vendors, performers, artists, all sorts of stuff going on. Very fun event. Actually, ended up walking through there. Highly recommend checking it out. Hopefully the city can bring that back in the future. But this is what we're coming to take a look at to start here. So, as you can see, there is some serious damage done to the granite panels here. And I believe someone is going to be getting a hefty bill for that. So, I actually saw this while I was at the festival on Monday, and I think it happened on Sunday night into Monday. And wasn't sure. So posted to Twitter, hey, does anybody know what happened here? And was able to connect with on Twitter someone who was saying they were in charge of the food trucks for the event, and that they arrived at 7 in the morning on Monday before day 2 of the street festival, and that there was a beer delivery truck that had driven up here onto the sidewalk and broken through the granite. These slabs were built like this to prevent like car bombings, I believe, or attacks on the buildings. Someone else on Twitter was saying that the FBI used to have an office inside this building. So because of that heightened security, they had put these hollow panels in here, hollow granite panels, so that if a car tries to drive across, it'll break through and they'll get stuck and can't get in there underneath the building to cause more significant damage. I wonder if they have the same paneling over here. This building used to be the Federal Reserve and was open air underneath it, which was initially pointed out to me by someone in the comments of one of the previous videos. I went online and found some historical photos of Minneapolis and was able to see the way this building looked, and yeah, cars would have been able to pull in and out of there, as well as the armored vehicles, because in the Federal Reserve they're printing money and that cash moving in and out. So that was a security measure put in some of these buildings around, at least these federal buildings. So kind of interesting bit of Minneapolis history that I learned about through Twitter this weekend. And I saw somebody saying that there was another piece of granite paneling up ahead that had broken through. So we'll go see if we can find that or not. have straight ahead, you can see the police security tower here. I'm not sure if that was just for the street festival or if that was for just to keep extra eyes on the street. I think there was some activity involving fireworks and kids last night that a lot of people in the city aren't too happy about. Videos of kids screwing around, shooting fireworks at each other, which is one thing. You can screw around with your friends, but I think the issue I have is where they start shooting at other people, putting the general public in danger. If you're hanging out in the park on the 4th of July, you shouldn't have to worry about someone shooting fireworks at you. So this parking lot here is where the main stage of the festival was. All of this was blocked off. I considered walking through the festival just to document it, but just didn't really get around to it. Wasn't really feeling it. If they do it next year, maybe I'll come back out. There's that RBC gateway again. The RBC Wealth Management US headquarters in the Four Seasons Hotel, which is the first 5-star hotel in the state of Minnesota. We're coming up to Nicollet Mall here. So all of this area was shoulder to shoulder people all weekend. Probably would have been good to see for some of the people who watch these videos and say that they miss the times when the streets of Nicollet Mall were packed with people, back when more people were working downtown here. Yeah, it's a really good turnout for that event. I think maybe even a bigger turnout than organizers had anticipated. Seemed like lines were a bit long. They might not have quite been prepared for the crowds, but still a great time. Up here there was like a wrestling rink. There's live wrestling, which I never saw in here, but cross over here because they said it was by the XL building. I actually think these are both XL Energy buildings. Just trying to think of where a beer tent was around here where one of those trucks might have broken through. Little plaza down here. I want to say I thought it was right in this area somewhere, but could be incorrect. And we're also going off of information someone tweeted, which, you know, isn't always accurate. nothing up here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh well. As you can see, the sidewalks here are just different strength than those ones with the I think they're granite tiles. I don't know if it's granite, but yeah. I noticed during the up by the, I was thinking back, I guess, after I saw that and heard those comments on Twitter about the building, that when we were walking around the Wells Fargo Operations Center, that little glass building that's set to come down, we were walking around that area. I remember stepping on some of those tiles and them being a little bit loose, and now putting all that together, it makes sense that that building probably had this similar hollowed out tiles. I guess what we'll do is go back and take a look at that area as we before we end the walk. But really quick, I'm gonna go take a look at the Wells Fargo Tower here. Been meaning to go for a walk around the LaSalle Plaza, which was made news recently because recently changed hands. Some developers here in the area just bought that structure, and they got it for, I think, what I think is an absolute steal. They got it for a third of the price that someone paid for it about 15 years ago, and I think it was previously owned by a Illinois Teachers Foundation or Teachers Fund or Illinois Teachers Pension Fund, and they had bought it for upwards of 100 million, and this development group just bought it a week or two ago for under 100. Right about a third of the price. I'll make sure that when I do make that video, I can get those numbers in front of me and have a little more details. But they're going to be doing some different amenities in the building to try to get people back in there. They're going to do some luxury car services, I think, throughout the city. They're going to have, there's the new North Loop Green building coming up. They're going to do some amenities such as the car service out of there for their tenants. I think they're building pickleball courts, which incredibly popular sport right now. Riding that wave out, as well as I'm sure various other great amenities. It is a very nice day here in Minneapolis. Light breeze blowing, maybe 70 degrees. Just perfect. I think I'm gonna walk up a block and then keep heading down in this direction that way, just to walk along the light rail. Spy House Coffee. I think I mentioned them when we were in this guy watching out over this skyway. I think I mentioned Spy House when we were in Hennepin Avenue a few days back, walking around Uptown. And I think they had a location up there, and we talked about some of their different locations in the city, including the North Loop, and then this downtown one. And on the right, we have Canadian Pacific Plaza, the US Bank towers, I believe, are right here. And then behind those is Capella. Head on down towards the football stadium. Then loop back. This building here is the new, I think, city services building. Opened within the last 2 or 3 years. I believe post-pandemic it opened. Really cool new building, really nice illumination at night. Most of the time when I'm downtown at night, I'm not recording videos, but I probably could make one at some point. So we capture that. Nice new addition to the city there. There's the cross here. On the left is City Hall. And Government Center Plaza. I like this new city services building. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you like this building, if you think it's a good addition to the city, how it pairs with the surrounding buildings and surrounding skyline. Really nice open space down there on the floor level here. I was walking through the Skyway a few weeks back and ended up spending some time inside this building, and it's a pretty cool space in there. Nice sculpture up there. We will do a Skyway walk at some point and can look around in there. Very cool City Hall building. And then the public safety facility, jail, which has had this fence up on it for years now. Not a big fan of the fence and the concrete slabs. I'd really love to see that come down at some point here. I think it's a massive eyesore, and I'm not sure what you're solving by having that little fence right there. I think it was put up around the time of the Derek Chauvin trial, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Metro Transit Blue Line. Hey. This building is the Armory. It's a concert and event venue now. They have music concerts and boxing and I think lower level UFC events. Yeah, all sorts of different events in there. Very cool building inside. I had no idea. I thought it was just kind of like a okay structure, but historic building. I think over 100 years old. Used to be home to the Minneapolis Lakers before they made their move to Los Angeles at one point. I think they did some nice work inside trying to show respect for that Art Deco style design and try to fit within the themes of that. You have the opportunity to go to a concert. Yeah, recommend it. I think the sound quality was pretty good. I would say my experience was great. And I will be going to another concert there this fall. The band I saw there recently was the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. It was a really fun concert. We played for just about an hour, which is perfect in my opinion. Not too long, not too short. Sometimes you go to these concerts and the band plays for 2-3 hours. I don't always have that kind of attention span. You want to leave people wanting more, not wondering when it's going to end. The Armory. I hope you all are enjoying the walk with me today on this beautiful day in Minneapolis. I just want to take a quick minute to say thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along. As always, if you have ideas of where you'd like to see us walk in the future, let me know. I'll definitely consider it, probably do it. This is the Commons Park. And as always, if you're enjoying the video, always appreciate it if you can like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, all that good stuff. It is helpful to those of us who are creating videos on YouTube. These two towers here are Wells Fargo. There's a couple restaurants on the first level. Hennepin County. Looks like the Minneapolis Park and Rec Board has done a little bit of an activation here at this Commons Park to try to encourage people to come out and utilize the public space. You got Connect 4, looks like Red 1. Some building blocks. Spike ball over here. Ping pong, all sorts of fun stuff. I'm not sure if they still are here. It is about 3 p.m. today. By still, I mean coming in on a regular basis, but in the past, the sidewalk along here from around lunchtime used to be lined with food trucks. It could be a nice place to grab lunch if you are working in the downtown area, looking to grab a bite to eat. All along here. And then Off the Rails Public House. It's right here. One block up, and on the other block you have Boludo, Argentine pizza, and pastries. This Off the Rails Public House looks like it has a pretty nice patio space. Kind of calling my name right now. This is the new residential tower coming up here at, I want to say 4th. I think we're up 4th and Park, if I remember correctly. Looks like it is about 24 stories. You can tell because they're labeled. You can see, I don't know if you can see on the video, you can see the 4 here. Numbers along the side. 24-story residential tower right here by US Bank Stadium, which I would be very surprised if they don't have some of those short-term rental spaces that are owned by the building. Sort of the answer to the Airbnb culture, where you're going to see this in North Loop Green too. A lot of buildings around town are starting to do this, where they'll build these new structures and then instead of renting the whole thing out to tenants, they'll have some of it that they are doing short-term leases out of on their own, so that the building owner is getting that income off of those short-term rentals. US Bank Light Rail Station. We had Taylor Swift out here a couple weeks ago. A lot of people came to Minneapolis for that one. Popular artist. the green line. This is US Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings, your large-scale concerts, biggest venue in the area, I believe. And it has a fence around it, so I guess there's a gap right there. Am I supposed to be on this side? I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, fenced off, so if you want to get close to it, it's about as close as you can get, unless there's an event going on, in which case they either open the fences or bring them down. I know that there was just recently what is downtown Minneapolis? Beautiful. I know there was just recently some I don't know if it's legislation or approval or whatever passed to allow them to put up more permanent fencing around the stadium. Which I'm not a fan of. Almost stepped in something gross there. I am a fan of more inclusive spaces to where if we're building stuff, the public can enjoy it. Here's that 4th and Park Tower that's coming up. You can see the Mill District over here. Another Blue Line train. United States of America flag, the Minnesota state flag, and the Minnesota Vikings flag. The Minnesota flag is being currently redesigned, from what I understand. So soon there'll be a different flag flying right there. It's not that hot, but my phone is starting to overheat. It's only about 70 degrees, and the phone screen here kind of changes tone. It gets to like this darker tone when it starts getting too hot to try to cool itself. It's like the brightness drops. And that just happened. So if the video cuts out because of my phone overheating or the battery dying, thank you for watching. Appreciate you coming on the walk with me. And I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. But if it doesn't cut out, then we will keep walking and exploring. building here is being built by Ryan, is what the company is called. And it says, "We build stories." And that is pretty corny, you know, because they build stories like a tower. The skyscraper is 26 stories or whatever. But then, because you live there, you're making stories. Get it? How cute. This light's just not changing for me. Got some people yelling at each other back behind me at the light rail station. Coming up on 3rd Street here. This building in front of us has Jimmy John's sandwiches. You got that parking lot to the left will take you to Trader Joe's. The Canopy by Hilton, which I believe I went to a wedding reception inside there once, and I think they might have a pretty nice event space. Newton Wagon Company and Emerson Plow Company. Some of the former tenants here. .240 Park there at Park in Washington. That's this building here. Nice residential apartments and condos. Really nice building, some good amenities there. I have a couple friends who live there who have nothing but great things to say about it. On the right, this red building is People Serving People, a local place helping out people who are experiencing and living with homelessness, giving them an opportunity of a place to stay and helping them out with some different resources there. Art, music, and fashion. We Bar. The building coming up here is in the space where Minneapolis Fire Station #1 used to be. This one on the corner here is a 6-story structure, so it's topped out. And then I want to say the taller structure to the right is going to be 16 stories, but that might be inaccurate. I do feel like I remember pretty vividly that we're looking at 6 stories at the smaller structure here. So that would mean that this building where they're putting the siding on right now has, with that 3M siding, has actually topped out at this point. To the left, we have a sea of cubicles in this office space. Some in-office culture going on. There's the new fire department. I think we talked about this building a couple times before, where they had to, when they started working on this new project, I believe it's a Sherman Associates project, they had to do it in phases because the fire station 1 here is still a working fire station. So they had to keep this part up, demolish this side of the building, and build the new fire station. And then once they got that new fire station up, they were able to, and the fire department was able to move in here, they were able to demolish this side and start work on the rest of the project. Phase by phase to get the job done, one step at a time. I like the new fire station. I think it looks good, has a modern look to it, while still being very clear of what it is, fitting within a lot of the brick structures we have in the area. Yeah, well done. I'm sorry. I said we were gonna have a short video today, but I just looked at it. It's been 45 minutes already. We're pretty much at a regular video length at this point. That'll happen. The building on the right is the Flower Exchange, which is connected to the courthouse. gimbal's kind of acting funny right now, so I hope it's not too shaky for everybody. I hope you're able to watch the video. I think it was acting pretty normally until a few minutes ago. Here we have some abandoned buildings, the Press Box Sports Bar and Grill, and this bail bonds. I think the bail bonds might still be there, but the Press Box, I believe, has been abandoned for decades at this point. Nice little spot, probably, you know, would be at a premium here for a development, or yeah, my guess would be a new tenant probably doesn't want to move in there because the space is going to be built up at some point. Interested to see what comes there in the future. (312) South 3rd. Chandeliers in here. A little bit of the inside. It's currently locked. Done some nice work to renovate this building. Hopefully they can get influx of new tenants soon. Daytime is playtime at Rick's Cabaret. This is the former Wells Fargo Operations Center, which is set to have demolition sometime in the near future. It's going to be a new tower coming in here. The THC joint. This restaurant on the corner, Ito, I saw someone yesterday linking to it on Twitter, and it was referring to the neighborhood we're in as East Town, which I don't know if they're trying to rebrand this area or what, but that was considered the Mill District. I don't know. Said these tiles, I think, might have that same setup as the ones that were broken through, because you can step on some of them and feel a little bit of movement. I know last time we were around here, oh, there we go. It's not going to show up well on video, but right here you can hear it. See that movement a bit. Yeah, a lot of these are moving. Well, we have made it through pretty much an entire loop from 111 back to 111. Person almost got hit. The car was not slowing down. Alright, well, I'm gonna cut off the video here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until I see you next time. Thank you.